Hey, my creatives, what's going on? You already know what it is, man. We are here with another edition of Cuts. You know what the Cuts stand for: culture, urban technology, and sorts. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you, my creators. This is episode 83. 82. I know, my creators, it was definitely a touchy, spicy, uh, a different type of episode. Shout outs to once again to Deacon Malachi of the Israelites. You know, we definitely had a real strong conversation. You know what I'm saying? And once again, my creators, as I said in the disclaimer, those aren't my beliefs, but I'm just doing my best to like have a resolution within the culture. You know what I'm saying? So real rap, it was definitely dope of him to come up, and also too, we just had to have that talk. You know what I'm saying? I'm always a firm believer of, in order for us to have change, you got to reach that moment and have that uncomfortable talk. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that uncomfortable conversation. But nonetheless, I'm definitely hyped. You know what I'm saying? I got a mini story time. My careers. I know story time is normally a little longer, but I got a mini story time. You know what I'm saying? Definitely with the young man and everything like that. Going through social media and everything like that. I seen his page popped up, and I was like, oh snap! All right, the positive gains. All right. That's an interesting sound or interesting name of a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because it could go anywhere with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not negative gains. It's not, what gains are we going with here? You know what I'm saying? And then if you see the name Gaines itself, so it's like, oh wow, he mixed in his name with positive, and it's like, oh, all right, I got a cross brand with this man. But nonetheless, I got Mike Gaines, host of the Positive Gains podcast. What's going on,
Yes,
sir?
sir. Doing good, man. Appreciate the invite. I'm doing well. Everyone's good and breathing. Excited to be on. Thank you for the invite.
I, Yay, man. Listen, man. Real talk, man. I know you are happy and rocking and rolling. I'm not too sure if you are a Suns fan. I know your Suns are rocking and
I
rolling
am.
and
I
really
am a
making it
fan. Yeah.
making making an impact, tremendous impact. I see you with your podcast. You're doing everything to make an impact. Let's get right into it. Like, why the positive gains? You know what I'm saying? What goes into that? Let my creatives like hear in, and we're reaching out to you, my creators, hearing and reaching about the positive gains.
Why? As far as the name, when I wanted to do the podcast, I was trying to figure out, trying to be original because that's hard nowadays. I was trying to tap in and be creative, and then when I sent it around, as far as what I wanted to do, then I needed the name, and then that was probably the hardest part. But I always knew I wanted to do something positive, try to make an impact. And then I knew I wanted my name in there somehow, my last name. That way, it was something that not just my immediate family, but my extended family could share and be proud of as well.
Yo, that's what's up, man. Yo, really, and I'm glad you touched on that because always here on this podcast, we always talk about legacy versus moment, or for that matter, to transcend or transfer, the generational growth
Right.
of what you do and when you create here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely glad you touched on that. Like, yo, man, like, what type of equipment you use for when it comes to this podcast, man? Let's go into it because, yo, there's always been a thing like, okay, each and every other year, it's been okay, this much equipment. Then it shrinks down, it shrinks down, shrinks down. Now it's just your phone and your tablet
Right.
or great mic and your laptop. Like, what type of equipment do you use? Let my creatives know. We'll reach it to you,
Yeah.
my creative.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, man. When I first started, I still don't have a big budget. So what I did is I used my iPhone. I did my iPhone, and then I just used the microphone that came with it, and then I bought a little $10 stand from I think Walmart is where I got it from, and that's what I was using. And then started doing more interviews, and then I got some gifts for like I think Christmas. Best Buy card, so then I bought some better headphones. I bought a JLab microphone, and then I'm on a laptop right now. And then in the same sense, I got a webcam in the same bundle as a gift card. So I spent my money, my gift anyways, on that those purchases. But yeah, still just real homey, real basic. But I'm a little bit from where I was, but shooting on the iPhone and the headphones that came with it got the job done.
Yeah, nah, that's what's up. That's what's up, man. And I definitely read into about you with fatherhood, man. I really appreciate that you're really open about that. Not to say that it gets hidden in our creativity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I honor you. You know what I'm saying? As I'm not a father as of yet. But I definitely honor you for what you do. Does your fatherhood affect with your creating at times? Take my creators into that when it's like you got to measure, life versus creativity. Take us into that.
Yeah, I've always tried to follow a routine as best you can, and then especially with podcasting, you're kind of depending on your schedule. You're almost at the mercy of the people that you're looking to get. So there's been times where I'll move stuff around as far as like if my kids have a game. The games are gonna, be the priority. If I've got to get them to practice or this and that, or my wife's helping, or she's at work, I'll put the family first. But then I'll always find time to record, whether I, shoot it late at night, if I got to get up earlier in the morning, just working around it. But I'll never try to sully, what the kids got going on for the podcast, because family's bigger. They'll always be here. This podcast is just, in the meantime, but those relationships with my kids is something that I want to keep strong. So just balance.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm really glad in my career. I'm glad you really heard him say that and really express that because balance is key when it comes to what we do here with creating podcasts, acting, music, thereof. What I'm saying, filmmaker,
Right.
videos, or whatever have you that's creating. You're gonna come to a point in your time or in your life where okay, I got to measure out, is life important than creativity,
Right.
or is creativity more important than life? You know what I'm saying? And just hearing you say that, it's definitely refreshing that you touched on that, man. Real rap, man. I definitely seen so far. You have 3 seasons in and 40 episodes thus far, and so far I've seen some quality guests. You have some hitters. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Take us into the process of getting those hitters and people, and what did you have to deal with, and what was the daily process of that?
It just depends as far as just reaching out, using social media for what it is. The platforms that these other people have created, as far as Instagram and Twitter, just using it to my advantage, and not being afraid to be told no, or I can't do it right now. Some interviews, they've been a year in the making. One of the last ones with Omar Gooding, that man,
Yes.
that took a while. We were originally supposed to do that in June of last summer, and then scheduling conflicts and stuff like that. So just being persistent and trying to again make sure that I'm not being pushy and they've got their own stuff going on, but seeing if we can work something out. So a lot of it is just like you were saying, persistence, and just trying to make something happen, and not be afraid to be told no. In this industry you can't be you can't get your feelings hurt, basically.
Nah, that's what's up, man. And I'm glad you touched on that because I'm not gonna lie. There's been a couple of times with me on this journey. You know what I'm saying? When I'm getting people on this podcast, that oh man, I went through it. I went through the rigorous pain. I'm like, yo, I know I sent a quality and non-threatening
Right.
or begging email.
Right.
The information is there, the links are there. Don't leave me on scene. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And you start pulling your teeth, and then you're like, all right, dag, how am I gonna how am I gonna fill that? Or for that matter, how am I going to like replace what the person I was supposed to be there? Then with the numbering, like, damn, no, that was supposed to
Yeah.
be episode 7. Now it got to be episode 10, and I got to be and it's like, oh man. Oh, yo, I'm definitely glad you touched on that, man. Because my creatives, if y'all don't know, y'all gonna know when you get
Yeah.
into this podcast space. It is a lot of trial, error. Oh man, sleepless nights. You gotta like really like hustle and bustle to really get this episode out or whatever have you. So I'm definitely glad you touched on that, man.
Yeah.
Real respect on that. Like, yo, real talk, man. I know you had to have a lackluster interview. I know you had to have one. I know you had to have one where you had the book bag, put the book bag on, and carry the show. Like take my creators into what happened with that episode.
Just in general, or are you looking at one particular?
If you have a story about one in particular, or just your general insight on that when you have to do that.
You know, as far as like energy, like Robert Richard, for example, he's one that I was fortunate enough to have on, and so going back trying to get it going, and then it turned into, okay, hey, you got the Zoom link, because I was already I wasn't planning on doing it that particular day. I was just trying to gauge the interest, and we kind of played phone tag a little bit, and he said, hey, I'm ready. And I'm already, fresh from the gym, a little tired. I was out playing with the kids. I was a little beat, man. But he said, "Hey, let's do it." And, okay. So then I had to click, get some energy and try my best to, act like I wasn't tired. But it was a little draining. And then you want to match the energy too, because when you start recording, that person, their energy was here, and I didn't want to keep mine here, because then it's a boring episode. So you try your best to match it and make it um, make it work, and lack of better words. But yeah, it's difficult, man, especially if you're shooting, like I said, late at night and you're tired. Maybe you're just getting off work, so I guess you just remember why you're doing it, and remember that people are watching, and if they see your energy's low, they're probably just gonna click off, or they ain't gonna watch the whole thing.
Yeah, that's what's up, my creators. Are you hearing that, man? You gotta make sure to preserve your energy. You gotta make sure to preserve your mindset. Preserve what is your target for the episode. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That you're gonna record. You know what I'm saying? Because at any given moment, just like you heard Mike say, man, yo, despite it was against his will, he still had to get the episode done. You know what I'm saying? And I'm definitely glad you touched on that. Let's really follow up question with that. Were there any interviews that you did or episodes you did that shocked you? And what I mean by that is you may anticipated the energy one way, but you was like, oh snap, it just went totally another way. So can you take us into that?
Let's see. I've had a couple. I've had a couple where I thought maybe there would be a little bit more energy, and then I've learned that they hadn't been interviewed as much as maybe I had thought, and so it was kind of a lot of like, you ask a question and then there's the answer, and then that was it. But real quick answers. There wasn't a lot of depth on some of the questions, so it kind of throws you off. You gotta be ready and prepared, and then obviously you don't want to be sitting here looking at your notes the whole time. You want to have at least a sense of like what you're doing. So just kind of, it's good that it happens, because then it forced me to have something else ready in the back of my head, and then to learn how to piggyback off of what they said so I can keep it flowing.
Yeah, now that's what's up, man. And just real talk, like what is next for the positive gains? I mean, yes, you definitely are in 3 seasons right now, 40 episodes on all major streaming platforms. You know what I'm saying, bro? Rap. Like, what's the next aim for the positive gains?
Big things, man. Let's see. Got I'm working on a book right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a series. The Positive Gains presents, and then they're children's books. So I should have the first one out in the spring this year,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna tap into foreign language.
Wow.
I'm gonna do Spanish interviews. So that's something else I'm working on when I'm not podcasting, is getting the language barrier better to where I can be more fluent.
Okay.
Those are the short term right now, though.
Okay. All right, now that's what's up, man. All right, man. Enough of the kumbaya, sir. It's time for the game. Either or, my friend. Either
Okay.
or. It's a situational game. It has one answer. No political answers. It has one answer. You have to explain your answer after you are asked. Are you ready, sir?
Right, I'm ready.
All right, let's get it. All right. You've been in the game for about how long? About 5 years or so, or longer?
Less 2 years.
Last 2 years. Oof. Oof. 2 years. All right. I gotta get it to you. You tied to a chair, sir. Tied to a chair, and you got rhinos. You got pissed off rhinos coming at you.
Uh
Pissed off,
oh.
steaming, Tempe, Arizona, hot rhinos, pissed off, coming at you. Your only escape to get out is the interview you did with Omar Gooding, or the interview you did with the pitcher. What's his name? You did it
Oh,
with
Jay Jackson.
Jay Jackson. Yes. Which interview are you going to use to get out, and why?
You know what? I'm gonna go with Omar. I'm gonna pick Omar.
Okay.
Why?
What the significance? Yes.
Significance. There's I guess there's more of a chemistry with Jay. I was still learning about him and his career, and obviously I appreciate him coming on. But I felt like I knew Omar, even though I didn't know him. But obviously with the TV shows and the movies that he had been in, I feel like there's a little bit more to go off of with Omar. So if I had to pick, I would pick Mr. Omar Gooding.
All right. Bet. Situational too. All right. You as you're growing with your podcast, you're definitely going to be aiming for more talent. But let's say two type of talents come at you. Now, talent A has low engagement, but has great attitude. Responds to your emails about the guest appearance request. Comes with a great attitude of promoting your podcast
Right.
as well. You know what I'm saying? Even reposting everything that you post of when you say about the guests coming on your podcast, and a whole shebang. Right now,
Right.
option B is figure entertainer thereof, so influencer thereof, with a million engagement, son, million engagement, lit, hashtags be lit, everything. But the only thing, attitude sucks. Like if you tell him, yo, you mind reposting, I'll see, bro. I don't know. You might get it on IG story. You know what I'm saying? Or for that matter, just alone, just like real condescending with wanting to help thereof. Who are you going with to bring on to your podcast next, and why?
I might sound like a liar, but those that know me, I'm gonna go low engagement, only
Okay.
because with low engagement, you can kind of build up as almost like a day one, and then you hope that they don't forget about you. They're already kind of in your circle, and you're gonna build a relationship with them that might last longer. Now, if you strike gold and get that other person and you get lucky, it might be a flash in the pan, but you might have a real relationship right here, that might turn into even a personal relationship as far as this person who probably won't ever talk to you again.
All right, that's what's up, man. All right, last situation, man. Yeah, I asked you earlier about you being a Suns fan. So real talk, son. Phoenix Suns 1993 or Phoenix Suns 2021-22.
I'm going this year's team all in, all
Word? Over
I
the
know.
93. Wait, hold on.
Oh
Over the
yeah,
93. Over the 93
yeah,
Phoenix Suns.
yeah.
Hold
Well,
on, son.
I'm
Hold on,
doing
son.
it.
Who
I
is
got a great
guarding
answer, but
Barkley,
go
son?
ahead.
Who is guarding Barkley, son?
Oh golly,
Prime Barkley, son. We're talking about prime 1993 Charles Barkley, son.
we ain't got an answer for Barkley. I'm not gonna lie.
And KJ, you talking about prime KJ? You talking
Bridges
about
ain't gonna be
prime
able to do it. But
prime? You
I
talking about
think, I, yeah,
Prime Dan Marley,
yeah.
prime Cedric Ceballos. Remember, Cedric Ceballos was not a bum; he was solid.
You know what? This is the thing because I've been asked this before. I think it'd be interesting only because both teams lost. You know what I mean? In a
In the
final, so
finals.
we look hungrier this year than last year. And I think with the pieces that we've picked up, we'll see what happens if we stay healthy. Going back to '93, and now that's just me. I know no one's gonna go at Barkley. We would start Bridges off him, and then he probably, I hate to say it, he'd cook him. He'd probably I know he'd get Cam Johnson. We don't have the bodies, but I'd like to believe that Booker would cause problems. I'd like to believe that CP3 would control the game a little bit better, slow it down, and Ayton. I think Ayton would be the X factor in that
Oh
in that
hell
series.
yeah! In that
That's
series.
that's why I would pick him. Ayton. If Ayton plays well, then
Yeah,
we'd
because
probably
Aiden
beat him.
versus who? Aiden versus who's the center that year? It wasn't Tisdale. It was man, oh, it's gonna burn me. Oh my God, my creatives, it's gonna burn me.
Don't hold it against them. Yeah, don't
I
hold
know.
it against them. But that's what I got. I think if Aiton plays well, when he plays well, we usually win. But yeah, if Aiton doesn't play well, and I know that's kind of a hedging your bets, we get cooked, man. But those
Okay.
are my thoughts.
All right, now that's what's up, man. All right, you're off the hot seat with either or, sir. We're definitely going to be finishing the episode. I want you to take my creatives into your top three motivational quotes and advice.
Let's see. I don't really have. Let's see about top three. One that really sticks with me is it's kind of one of the ones that the late great Kobe Bryant said. It was along the lines of your biggest mistake is thinking that you have more time. That's kind of stuck with me a lot, thinking that you could just no, I'll do this, I'll do that. Again, the balance and trying to the way that man especially dealt with family, basketball, and he was dedicated. I mean, he never really suffered. I guess between the two, he always had a good balance. So time is really what sticks to me as far as motivational quotes. What he said, just because it rings true, and I know as far as all the things that you got going on, and podcasting and your job, that it's tough.
Education. Oh, these little
Yeah,
kids. Let me tell you, your sixth graders, man. Let me tell you this, deal, man. These dudes, we're gonna segue real quick. We're gonna have to
yeah,
continue, but we gotta segue. These little kids. Sometimes I swear to everything. It's like, bro, what do y'all want done? If God forbid, if I do something special for one student, everybody wants the special. If they come to me, oh my God, Mr.
yeah,
Tyson, oh my God, why do I have to do work? I give them resolution, still a complaint. I'm like, what do you guys want? And then if they do adult mannerisms or adult actions, right?
right,
It comes adult consequences. They don't want to face the consequences. Oh my God, it's not fair. Oh my God. It's just like,
yeah,
what? It's like, but then, like I said, I come to entertainment and it cures me, but then the same thing, I got to treat them like I treat my students, you know what I'm saying? Because I got
right.
to do conflict resolution and ego resolution. Ah, let me tell you, if you are an educator, shouts out to you, skip the sixth grade. Just
Almost
skip the
down.
sixth grade. Don't even think. You go to seventh and eighth. That's cool. This sixth grade. Oh my lord! But definitely, you got one more. You got one more for top three motivational quotes or advice, and then we are finishing up.
Just general advice. Just do find your why. Center around it and figure out what you need what tools you need to achieve it, and then think outside the box. Don't be afraid to get out of your comfort zone. I know some people will try to keep you in there, and sometimes I think it's because of competition. People want to tell you, "Hey, stay here. That way, I can go and do what you won't do." So jump
Right.
outside the box. Meet new people, network. Don't be scared, and just take your time.
All right, man. That's what's up, man. Yo, Mike Gaines. Yo, once again, host Mike Gaines of the Positive Gains podcast. Once again, follow him on all social media platforms, the Positive Gains, and as well as, you got to follow it on all streaming platforms, man. Real rap, man. I really appreciate this, Mike. You're doing your thing. Keep doing your thing, man. I can't wait to come on your podcast. I can't wait for this
Yes,
cross
sir.
brand to be complete. And I definitely come on your podcast, and we're gonna chop it up and everything. But nonetheless, my creatives, you know what it is here. If you have any comments, any feedback, any suggestions, go to cutspodcast1@gmail.com, as well as to hear episodes. Go to cutspodcast.com, as well as the YouTube channel. Go to the YouTube channel. All right, Cuts Podcast. Go to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe and continue watching the episodes and all the episodes. You know what I'm saying? Also, too, if you feel like you got to hit me up. Hit me up on the gram. Come on. At Reem'o Meerak _ and as well as my personal website, Reem'oMeerak.com. Nonetheless, my creators, I am glad and happy to do this episode. This is episode 83 of Cuts Podcast. You know what the Cuts stand for? Culture, urban, technology, and sports. You know the hashtag, my creators. PTC, that's pound that chest. You know what I'm going to say after that, my creators. Come on, man. We are out of here. Peace. Yours truly, Reem'o Meerak, aka Chef Reem'o. Yeah, you hear it cuts. You know what the cuts stand for: culture, urban, technology, and sports. Now, for the latest features, content, interviews, and more, click that subscribe button. Come on, man!